Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Podbean, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Good Pods, Pocket Cast, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 163. Available now. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? So I just watched Superman. It is the first theatrical installment in James Gunn and Peter Safran's rebooted DC universe. It stars David Corenswet, Rachel Brosnahan, Nicholas Hoult, Edie Gathegi, Nathan Fillion, Isabella Merced. I feel like I'm going off of like the little like block that Wikipedia gave character explanations for, and I feel like I'm forgetting a name, and I apologetically can't remember who it is. It is directed by James Gunn. He directed movies like Slither with, who was in it? Elizabeth Banks, Michael Rooker. Super with Rainn Wilson and Elliot Page. The Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. And also for DC, The Suicide Squad. This is Superman 3 years into Supermaning. He is facing new threats. Lex Luthor is just peak. Superman has to go. He's an alien. He's not human. He's a problem. And all these conflicts come to a head. My most anticipated movie all year. Like this is it for me. We could have some fire over the next 5.5 months. Yeah, 5.5 months. But, like, as far as what I was most excited for, we have peaked. And I was not disappointed. The advertisements kind of had me, like, I think it looks good, but it's just, where do these things fit in the story? The dude throwing the can at the back of Superman's head. Within the plot, that works perfectly. Lois Lane flying a spaceship. I thought it was going to be dumb as hell. Within the plot, it works perfectly. There was something else. This just popped into my head. If James Gunn could have directed or plugged in for Zack Snyder doing Justice League, tonally it still would have been completely different. But this movie was 2 hours, over 2 hours with credits. And it's jam-packed with characters and information, and the flow works so well. For Joss Whedon and all those characters, it did not. I don't even know if I finished my thought. I have like a million thoughts in my head right now. But I was talking about James Gunn while he was like making Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, so it was literally impossible, plugging in for Zack Snyder instead of Joss Whedon to give us a good Justice League movie, and hypothetically, we wouldn't have ever needed the Snyder Cut. Even though the Snyder Cut is now the only version of that movie I watch. David Corenswet. Portrayal was great. I enjoyed it. I think this movie, maybe James Gunn's writing, underutilized Clark Kent. We got a little taste of the clumsiness that we get in the trailer. There's really only maybe 2 primary scenes with Clark Kent, but his Superman is good beyond all fault. It doesn't matter your race, your gender, your political stance, what country you're from, any of that. If you are in need, Superman will help. And that's what I love about the trailer, and this can segue into my Lois Lane talk, whatever. That moment in the trailer where they're doing the interview, Clark, Superman, is playing. She is being a journalist, getting the story no matter who she's talking to. And the people were going to die. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter what country they were affiliated with, but it also establishes in this DC universe, as in the real world, there's always going to be somebody who tries to put an affiliation on something, a label on something. It doesn't matter that you're doing good just because it's the right thing to do. It's, you help this country, so you're against this country. No, you stupid fucking idiots. Superman is going to help no matter what. Ending a war saves people on both sides. Like, some people just don't get that. Journalists, you know, and Rachel Brosnahan, great as Lois Lane. Just great as Lois Lane. They put a spin on it that personally she kind of struggles, maybe because she's a workaholic, but the story will get achieved. The goal of publishing a story will be achieved. Journalist, the best journalist in Metropolis, hands down. I loved that. Now, Nicholas Hoult, with all due respect, Gene Hackman, Kevin Spacey, Clancy Brown, Jesse Eisenberg, Nicholas Hoult is hands down the best performance, version, writing, acting, goals, you know what I'm saying, of Lex Luthor I have ever watched. I love, upon rewatch, I love Superman the movie, Richard Donner, 1978, Gene Hackman, Marlon Brando, Christopher Reeve. I love it more than I used to. It's great. It's a great origin story for its time. It's a game changer. I feel like David Cornsweet embodied what that movie was. Just pure, wholesome good in a world that's not. And Nicholas Hoult, just that too, that was another thing in the trailer. Like, how does Lex get to the fortress? He just doesn't find the fortress. There's buildup. And this movie, what was amazing about some of the writing of this movie, we get backstory, we get origin story without getting a new origin story. It's so good. The execution is so good. Like, we've seen a Superman movie multiple times over now, over a half a dozen times, but this just feels fresh and unique in the way it was executed. Like, I told my wife on the way home from watching this movie, like, the Lex plot of this movie is just like lighting a fuse, and just it builds up and builds up and builds up until you get the great third act. The Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific parts of it, I enjoyed. I mean, if you like, Creature Commandos is an animated show on Max, HBO Max, whatever we're calling it now. That's your introduction into this universe. There are creatures. There are monsters. There are metahumans. There's Rick Flag Sr., who is in this and that, and probably in Peacemaker Season 2. And the Justice Gang, Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific, is in Peacemaker Season 2. Like, Nathan Fillion is just so, like, just naturally good. He's a prick. Guy Gardner's a prick in this movie. And it works. Hawkgirl may be a bit underused, but hopefully she gets more to do. Mr. Terrific was a scene stealer. Just so good in everything. Just, I'm smarter than you guys. Get out of the way. Let me get on the computer and fix it. Let me use my gadgets and fix it. It was so cool. And there's even a scene with the Justice Gang and Superman, and just how one view and the other view can conflict, but the goal is the same. Crypto. I don't care what anybody says. Crypto is a good boy. Crypto was great. And like, that's part of what, like, the worry was, is this Superman movie gonna feel like James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy? There is some quirk to this, some lightheartedness and fun about it, but it doesn't feel like Guardians. I don't think it's as jokey as Guardians, even though there are humorous scenes. BVS, Snyder Cut, The Batman have humorous scenes, and they're dark and brooding and serious and great. This is great as its own thing. It sets up the future. It's like without shoving it down your throat. It sets up shows. It sets up movies. I want DC to win. I grew up on Batman. I love DC. I love Marvel, but they have been winning for almost 20 years. Let them continue to eat, but I want DC to win too. Like it's DC's turn, right? Like I love what Zack Snyder tried to do. His 3 movies are peak in that universe. But the suits listened to social media and just ruined the bigger picture. Like for real, like you can still put out Batgirl. Like stop being hoes. Even with James Gunn in charge. Even with James Gunn in charge, bro, like I still want to see David Ayer's vision for Suicide Squad, the first Suicide Squad, and I still want to see a Batgirl movie. I want a Green Arrow movie. I want to that's what I'm saying. Like, I can think of 2 shows that this movie set up without making it obvious. Just the story flowed and the plot flowed. Like, and it feels like a Superman movie with a supporting cast, with a very cool supporting cast. I thought it was shot well. Cinematography was beautiful. The score was just like a perfect blend of like new and nostalgia. Just like everything worked for this movie. The post-credit scene, there is a mid-credit scene, there is a post-credit scene. Neither one of them are that important. They're cool. I'm not saying get up when the credits start, because there is still scenes within and after the credits. But as far as like, you're not getting Mjolnir at the end of Iron Man 2. You're not getting... Actually, it's kind of... Well, it's not as good as Howard the Duck in Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's in the vein of. Not even. I don't want to sell it like that. Both scenes worked for laughs. That's it. I really enjoyed this movie. With all that being said, man, I will say that in my opinion, Superman was almost dope as fuck. Have you seen Superman, man? What you think? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know. There's probably shit that I wanted to talk about that I didn't hit upon. Reference Letterboxd. If you have seen the movie, hit us on the next Rec League podcast. We will go in-depth, spoiler-heavy discussion on this Superman movie. I recently put up reviews for Jurassic World Rebirth, F1, Megan 2.0. I put up a top 3 second quarter movies of the year. Next weekend, the plan is to watch and review I Know What You Did Last Summer and The Smurfs. The weekend after that, I believe, is Fantastic Four, First Steps. So be on the lookout, man. Like, subscribe, comments. Find me where you find me. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.